Hello everybody, I nearly forgot to film this. I've been worrying all week that I would forget, so I've made a little separate video if you want to have a go at the challenge part of our roadmap. I've got one open somewhere, here it is, which is to write a persuasive blurb for the story. So on the board, I have given you some examples of blurbs, because you might not even know what I'm talking about. So remember, a blurb is the text on the back cover of a book. It is a summary of the story. It aims to get the reader interested in buying or reading the book. I am standing in the Discovery Centre at school right now. I can move this round hopefully and show you. Here I am in the Discovery Centre. Now, if you were coming in here to read a story, you might have a look at all the books on the shelves and think, oh, that one looks quite interesting. Quite like the cover of it. On the back of the book are some things to help you decide if this is the book for you. This is the blurb. It tells you a little bit about the story and helps you decide if that book is for you. Let's wait for the iPad to catch up. So let's have a look. We've got some example of blurbs here. This is a blurb from an actual Tinga Tinga Tales book. Let me read it to you because it's quite small. Tinga Tinga Tales is inspired by traditional animal stories from Africa and the Tinga Tinga artwork of Tanzania. Hopefully you already knew those facts. So that's actually giving you some facts about the stories. Then we've got a summary of this story. You'll know which story it is when I read it. You see, there was a time when Leopard didn't have spots. Her coat was as plain can be, and she was very shy. And they've got that ... an ellipsis. What happens next? They're not going to tell us the story, otherwise no one would want to read it. So what happened when Leopard helped Puffadder, and in return he sang her a Tinga Tinga lullaby? I like that. They've written it as a question. So they haven't told you what happened in the story, because that would ruin the ending. They've told you a little bit about the story, and they've given you a question to make you wonder what happens and make you want to read it. This one is a book for younger children, and so they have written this for the grown-ups who might be buying it. It says, with peekaboo windows, bright colours and simple guessing rhymes, this playful board book is perfect for curious babies and toddlers. And then they've got a quote. So Child, which is the name of a magazine, they did a book review on this book, and they said it was an instant hit. So they've written that on the back. Child magazine said, an instant hit. They've also told you another book in the series called Ready, Set, Go and Grow Up. And finally, this is the blurb of a David Walliams book. Now, I don't think I've read this one. I bet some of you have, and if I read the blurb, I bet you'll know which story it is. Darkness had come to the town. Strange things were happening in the dead of night. Children would put a tooth under their pillow for the tooth fairy. But in the morning they would wake up to find a dead slug, a live spider, hundreds of earwigs creeping and crawling beneath their pillow. Evil was at work, but who or what was behind it? How mysterious. That does make me want to read that book. They've got questions again. Who was doing these things? I love the way they've made me want to read the book. And look what David Walliams has written. Read this book and find out, David Walliams. And again, they've got a quote from a newspaper this time. Walliams is a natural wit. So you can use these ideas writing your blurb for a Tinga Tinga Tale book. I thought I'd put a list somewhere, but I haven't. So I'll tell you. The things you might want to put in your blurb then is a quick summary of what happens in the story. I know where I've written it. I've written it on your worksheet for today. You might want to include some really positive adjectives to make your book sound good, like exciting, amazing, wonderful. You might want to put in some questions. I'm trying to think for the elephant. Who do you think helped elephant's trunk to get so long? Or who do you think might have bit an elephant? You might not want to give away it was a bite. You might even put some quotes in. You could make some quotes up that newspapers and magazines have said about your story. And if you can tell me which book either of these two blurbs come from, email it in to me or Miss Mull. Well done, everybody. Have a lovely day, and I look forward to reading your blurbs as challenges.